Hello, everybody. My name is Dratnos, and welcome to Bloodbound Horror. This was, I think, the second boss of the raid. You can jump down to this one after doing the first boss, and this is heroic testing from the beta. So the fight starts off, and you get two ads spawning, but they spawn in this downstairs realm that you can't see. In order to be able to see it, you have to get hit by this frontal, which is aimed at the tank. And everybody that gets hit by this does get shifted into the downstairs realm. Now, you can't see your friends in the upstairs realm, but both the downstairs and the upstairs realm can see the boss. And if you're downstairs, you can see these ads. There's these harbingers that stand there and slowly start spawning ads that waddle into the boss. If those ads reach the boss, they explode for damage, and they buff the boss's damage by like 10% and stacks. And there's another ad there that's just a caster. It will every so often try and channel into the boss to give it a big shield, so you want to interrupt that. And then it'll also blast your tank. That one is movable. The harbingers aren't. The boss also does these lasers every so often. And the lasers will always shoot out from its left and right, so whoever is actively tanking the boss can manipulate where those spawn, and they then twirl around clockwise. So here comes the second gruesome disgorge, which is going to let another group of players shift into the downstairs realm and deal with the two ads that spawned over to the left of the screen right now. As you can see, we can't see them. Now I'm in the upstairs realm. That's because you do get a debuff for a minute after you come back up that prevents you from going down again. I mean, you can, but you take like a huge dot if you go down again when you already have. So that is pretty much unacceptable. And again, you can see the lasers spawning, slowly spinning around. Those are very lethal. The animation is definitely very noticeable once you're looking for it, but if you're not looking for it, it's actually pretty easy to miss that it's spawning because it is, purple on purple, but it is very noticeable. The other thing that's going on is you can see these people are getting these puddles under them that are then shooting up tentacles at them. Those are just kind of the classic, dance around every 2 seconds you need to move because there's about to be a tentacle where you just were thing. And those do hit people in both realms. This is Gore Splatter. You can see almost the whole raid has just run away, except for me and some cloaking rogues. That's a big hit of damage if you're within like 40 yards of the boss. So everybody else ran really far away. And then there's a nasty dot afterwards. So instead of just all kind of spreading randomly, we spread together and then come back in together, and we can keep healing ourselves and each other up. So now we go into the downstairs realm again, and we go, group one is going down again. But this time there's two of these harbingers instead of just one. So you can see there's one way over to the left there, and we have one of our destruction warlocks is trying to focus that thing down. And the lasers here, we're trying to get over here and kill this harbinger before the laser cuts us off from being able to do that. Unfortunately, not quite able to get all of these little horrors from, you can see now there's two of the little horrors that spawn from the harbingers are making their way into the boss. We try and stop them, but these two do go in. It's not a wipe instantly, but you can see it'll do a bunch of damage to the raid once those get in. And you can see the boss also gets a huge absorb shield on even one little second of that channel going off. So yeah, you can see now it has 2 stacks of a buff that are increasing its damage as a result of us letting 2 of those things in. So now, once again, we're sending our friends into the downstairs realm. They're going to go try and kill off these harbingers, and I'm moving the boss here so that the lasers aren't going to cut them off. So you can see I'm trying to put this laser just so that they have as much possible time to get to that other ad and kill it. Let me pause here. If I had instead spawned the laser cutting across this way, then the people over here would have been cut off from being able to get over to that last ad, and that would have been really bad. So that was why I was kind of looking at the situation, see where these ads are. There's 1, 2, 3, and I need to try and make like a nice wide pizza slice that's going to let them get over and kill this ad, and then have as long as possible before they get sliced by the laser. So I sort of move and position, and you can see the laser spawning like kind of right on top of one of the ads, but then it's as far as possible on the other side from this ad, so that they can have enough time to get over there, kill that ad, and take care of it. Actually, a pretty nifty little bit of tank maneuvering. There's a lot of RNG there, though, because sometimes those 3 ads will spawn close to each other, and sometimes they'll spawn all across the map, and it's just way harder than it otherwise was. So that was something that was pretty annoying on our pulls of this, was sometimes it was like nuclear difficulty, and sometimes it was free to deal with those ads. But yeah, basically every time the boss does one of these big blood surge things, the big AoEs that you have to run away from. Gore Splatter, that's the right word. Blood surge, don't know where I got those words from. But every time it does one of these Gore Splatters, you get an extra Harbinger ad every time you go downstairs. So now it's spawning 1 caster and 3 Harbingers. But again, you can see there's 2 Harbingers behind me and 1 all the way over to the right there. So this is, again, pretty easy, right? They're all in the same 180-degree slice of the room. It's going to be pretty easy to do this, and the idea is just going to be, I'm going to kick the Watcher, drag it over to the leftmost ad facing the boss, and that way when the lasers are pushing us clockwise, I'll be getting pushed towards the other Harbingers here, and that will make it kind of like we want to move in the right direction, right? If we'd gone to that other Harbinger first, then these lasers you'd see would be causing us a problem. And again, I'm just trying to stop these horrors from getting in and exploding to give the boss a bunch of extra damage. One of the ones over there is getting in, and actually maybe another one is getting in, but yeah, you can see those explosions coming out of the boss. Everybody's getting pretty low, so it's not great, but it's kind of hard to avoid with 3 Harbingers out spawning ads, because you need to kill the Harbingers, you need to kill the ads, right? Everything needs to die, so now we just want to try and kill the boss. So we actually just sent our tank down here to kick, and everybody else is just blasting boss, and we are ignoring, we're not going down and dealing with these ads, we're just trying to kill it before the horrors reach the boss. So very nasty soft enrage on this fight. If you don't have much damage, you have to start doing much nastier downstairs phases, and if you don't have much damage, it's going to be hard to kill them. That seems like very tough tuning for a second boss. It seems like it's going to be tough for them to tune that to be doable for regular heroic raiding guilds without it being just like, in order to tune it to be possible for those kind of guilds, you're gonna have to be able to, I think it'll be just zergable for everybody else, like for really high-end groups, rather. Like, in order for it to be doable by enough people that should be able to do a second heroic boss, it will be probably zergable with pretty low amounts of gear pretty quickly into the patch. Actually, I think my guess is that they probably won't keep this mechanic of it ramping up how many ads spawn over the course of the fight, or maybe they'll cap it at the 3 total, because yeah, it started getting real harsh as you got more and more of those, and that seems off for a second boss, but it actually was really fun. I think it would be cool if it was later in the raid to work that way, or maybe on Mythic even functioning that way. It was pretty sick. Anyways, that was the second boss. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.